Hello and greetings, everyone. Welcome on yet another Devs and Holders meeting. We are way past over 50, and this is one of the maybe not important episodes, but we got some news for you. Well, as always, as every week. Sorry for wearing a suit. Well, my name is Nick Mikołaj. You probably know if you're here. I'm in a suit because we got a kind of a suit thing going on tomorrow. We're gonna tell you about it. Not tomorrow, on Saturday. So with me, our devs manager Bartek and community
Everyone.
manager Mr. Orłoś. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Why I'm saying on Saturday night fever kind of thing is because you're gonna be able to see us on the weekend of actually tomorrow too. Pardon. There we go. So this is the website of the Big Short Bets, but what I wanted to show you is this one. Sorry, 25th and 26th in Warsaw, Poland, Fabryka Norblina, 7th Art of Speculation, right there here, and it's going to be happening here in Warsaw from 10 a.m. and to 8 p.m. on Saturday. And it's run by Rafał Zaorski, who is founder of the project of Big Short Bets. If you're here, you probably know, because that's the guy why we are here, all of us, basically. Art of Speculation, number 7. Guys, what can we tell about this even? Because we spoke about it 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, but there are some new things popping up, and we got a list of special guests invited by Rafał and artofspeculation.pl.
I mean, thank you, Mikołaj, that you mentioned it, because we really trying to show you guys that this is going to be a really cool meeting. But speaking besides, the suit is not needed. You can even come in pajama. It doesn't matter.
It's just me.
This isn't a formal meeting. It's more an informal one, to meet together as a one Big Short Bets community, trading jam session community, and basically all the community of traders,
and Big Short Bets community as well.
Yeah, exactly. So all the communities will be there that are associated with trading. I know traders, speculator, and so on. There'll be no coaches. No coaches though, because for coaches the entry is is closed. Forbidden.
Sorry,
yeah, exactly.
guys. Yeah.
So if you teach anything about the market for the money, you are not welcome there. But like everyone else are pretty much welcome. There is a lot of people already confirmed or are considering going to there. There's almost 5,000 people, I think. So this is a pretty good number. And of course, there will be a lot of cool guests. We're gonna have Professor Robert Gwiazdowski, who is well known for his statement that Poland should adopt the euro. We're gonna have Dr. Jacek Bartosiak and General Skrzypek, Waldemar Skrzypczak, and they basically gonna have some discussion how the market, geopolitics, and everything are behaving during these tough times. I'm speaking of the war on Ukraine.
Yeah.
So these are I think topics that are really time related. Like they are just up to date. It's happening right now. So if you are a trader or speculator, it's good to know what possibly could happen in the following month, how to behave and so on. And obviously the entrance is free. You are free to come. Everyone is welcome, besides the people that sell their courses for money and teaching about the markets. But everyone else are pretty much welcome. And yeah, I hope you guys to see you there, because I'm gonna be myself there too. There will be a couple of the surprises that we're having on the place, so it's not gonna be. So basically, on Friday we're gonna have this before the main party, the main stuff on the Saturday. So we meet informally, we can talk to each other and so on, because many people are coming on Friday. And on Saturday, starting from the 10 a.m., we're gonna have some panels, some panelists. People gonna be speaking about some really cool topics.
Yeah, so it's gonna be NFT. It's gonna be influencers around cryptocurrencies and NFTs, because there were a lot of scams too, and speculation and trading. Not only crypto, but also regarding the trading, which is more mainstream, I'd
Options.
say. Yeah, so there's gonna be
Options.
things
They're
for
gonna be
everyone.
stocks and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I think it's really cool, and it's gonna be, I don't know, till 7 or 8 o'clock, and after
Yeah.
that there's gonna be just party. We're gonna just party, and we have a chance to talk with each other, have a drink, have a chat. This is like um, I think it's really cool, even because you have this informal. Normally, at this type of events, it's really formal. Everyone are stood up. There is and everyone has a pointing nose, and everyone try to it's like really formal. And I think I don't like this type of atmosphere. I rather
Don't
met
worry.
someone
Even
informally.
me in a suit, I'm quite informal in a suit. So
Yeah, exactly. But it's better to meet with each other in some more loose atmosphere, and this is what we are trying to make on the art of speculation. And of course, surprises. I can't really talk about it right now, because I'm also working on organizing this event. But there's a lot of surprises. But these are surprises, so I can't really speak
cool.
about it. So,
Yeah, sure,
but
obviously.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the event is coming on tomorrow. The Friday is gonna be a before kind of thing for networking and stuff, and Saturday is gonna be a big event. We had quite a few big events going on involving big short bets a few weeks ago, over a month ago. This one is going to be art of speculation, but obviously the big short bets community is going to be there, and it's growing. It's growing quite fast and nice. You see a little nice bump over there somewhere on the fourth quarter, sorry, of the line over there, which was caused by the Luna drama we had around the big short bets community. But if you want to be up to date about all the stuff that is going on in the community, we urge you to go and join the Big Short Bets community and follow us on Twitter pages, Big Short Bets, Big Short Bets News. If you wanna go up here and see what's going on the platform, you're gonna need to be logged in with your crypto wallet. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. And Big Short Bets family supporting our cause, not only on Twitter but also other places around, obviously. So if you want to go and check out, you got all the instruction how to join the Big Short Bets community, because if you go in there, you're gonna see a lot of cool news over there. There you go. This is how it looks like. You can join with your Android phone. You can join with your desktop on Tor browser over here. Just log in with your crypto wallet, and you're gonna find a lot of juicy news you won't see anywhere else than here. And we are heading over to Bartek, because he is the devs manager over here. We spoke about the parties, we spoke about the event, but there is a lot of work going on behind the scenes, obviously. And we would love to know what is going on behind the scenes, right? If you have some questions, let us know in the comment section. Obviously, we're gonna read them through. If there is something spooky you might not understand, from the IT perspective, I'm gonna try to ask some questions to Bartek, because I'm not a masterpiece right over here anyway. So we just want the devs and holders meeting to be quite simple and straightforward for all of you. So yeah, over to you, Bartek. What's on the plate lately?
I cannot promise it will be simple. I will do my
I know,
best
right?
to just
Yeah. Let's try at least.
I cut it to the minimal, to the the technical stuff. But today we just decided that there is a lot of questions going on, and we are so close to just releasing the market. But we just realized that we never share with you much details about the market in the one meeting, right? So you don't know what assumptions we took at the beginning of the implementations, what the problems we are facing currently, and we solved them mostly, and as well how it works and where is our advantage and how we want to make sure that we are not like all other markets in the internet and any other our competitors, how we will be different. So this is what I try to say today. So this is only the let's say the theoretical part, which is quite important for presentation part that we will introduce you in the next meetings, because sometimes you'll see one MetaMask transaction, but behind that it's going a lot of stuff different in our system, and you cannot see that because it's a rough code, right? But I will try to explain that, what stands behind all the transactions and everything in the market, right? So let's start with that, and I think it will be great to just I think this is our decision today, to just have everything in one place. So first of all, let's start with the basics, right? Sorry, yeah, my screen I think is too big for that. I can just.
Is it you or is it me? Wait up. No, that might be me. Okay, that's huge. That's what she said. Okay, wait up. Give me a second. I've got, yeah, well, wait up. Okay, this looks smaller. Yeah, go ahead.
Great. Yeah, so first of all, we need to make sure that we know what was the assumption that we took before we start working on that, right? So first of all, not the bet, sorry, there's a mistake on it, but the peer-to-peer market, right, with the option to create the between the users, right? This is something you don't get. There's markets and different markets because you don't know what is the opposite sides, right? For us, we just realized that as well, the freedom of speech, the freedom of your data and your identity next to the option to know who
Okay, I think we got a bit of lags over here.
Okay.
It looks fine here. Maybe it's you, Bartek. 1 1 2 2 1 1. You good? Yeah, I hear you, but it's such a laggy thing.
Let me just something.
My internet looks good.
Bartek is speaking from another dimension. Sorry for that.
Okay, this is funny because I hear you all wash quite good. It's just Bartek doing Doctor Strange over here, Not really. No. You know what? I'm just gonna. Okay. Is it better now? It's quite lagging here. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna try to sort it out.
Mute him for a second.
I hear you good, Orwash. I hear you good.
Okay, I'm hearing myself good too.
Okay, maybe it will be better right now.
Now it's good. Now it's good.
Okay. Okay, so sorry for that.
No, it's again.
I don't know where we just dropped that. And maybe it without.
Orwash?
I think we ended on the assumption.
Okay, I think it's all of us lagging now. I think it's all of us lagging now. I'm gonna try to reset Discord and this. Okay, we should be back. 1 2 1 2. Do we hear each other good?
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready. We're good. Okay, you
We're
can
good.
start from the beginning, I think.
Yeah, so let's say again, we need to realize that the peer-to-peer is quite important for us. But like I said, next to our freedom of speech and everything, we just realized that knowledge about who is in front of you during your exposure, like a next point, no owner of the data means that we are not the owners, right? You are the owners. You will create it's changed because mainly all the markets that you know, there is a lot of options that, for example, somebody can add
1 2 1 2. Do we hear good?
Yeah, we're good, I think.
Yes, I
Yeah.
hear you good. I hear you good right now. Sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know where we just had a problem. So, like I
It's
said,
just from the
all
beginning.
this is all
I'm
assumptions.
just gonna,
Yeah, all
I'm
the
just gonna
beginning.
cut it out, and we're just gonna have to try it from the beginning.
No worries. So peer-to-peer, like I said, the option that you know your opponent and you know who is on the other side during that the blockchain, and the third point that we have on the slide is no owner of the data. It means that you know that we are not owning your data and as well the market, and the only person who can change your position and make decision about your data and your positions and your bets is only you, right? So it's something that I think is more quite different because there is no option that we, for example, deliver somebody better access to the market. Everybody will always exposure to the same amount of the let's say value and the market, and as well there is no option that, for example, some you can just experience based on your experience. Maybe you know that, for example, some of the brokers, they're giving the better connection to the, for example, bigger clients, and thanks to that they are faster to the transactions than you. There is no something like that in our market. Everybody, they are equal no matter how big you are. Of course there was a changes in the fee, right, that we just many times was mentioned, that the fee will be lower if you are the hodler with the bigger amount of the coins, but in general rules on the market, they are the same for everybody, right? The isolated positions and the bets, it means that you cannot lose, and the market cannot be on a minus value, right? It means that there is cannot be losses more than you invest. I know this sometimes cutted some profits for somebody, but in the case we just decided that it's better to create a pool that it will be on a in the rules that you cannot lose more than you invest, right? And maybe the two, like I said, there will be quite beneficial for everybody because we don't need to have an insurance pools that will secure everybody in the situation that, for example, most of the market will be in the big losses and nobody will cover that, right? And everybody will lose in this situation money. So we don't want to avoid that. And as well, the market must to be independent for main applications. Mean that no matter what's happened with dev team and with the main application, market will be on a blockchain. It's a separate infrastructure. We are looking forward to give you option to create a nodes, and it will running no matter how long. As long as you will deliver the nodes to the platform, the market itself will be always running, right? So there is no option that we can cut off or just turn off something if you will participate in that. And this is one of the parts that we said that the blockchain can be provided the nodes by you if you have enough tokens. And thanks to that, you are independent for us for our main application, because this is the two separate applications, two separate different systems, and you cannot interrupt them each other. And I think it's quite important. And obstacles that you can just realize that there is few. I don't know if there is. Yeah, the change. Okay. So first of all, like I said, we just choose the blockchain because but like always, blockchain is not the fastest solution and to store the data. So the speed, the optimization, and I think we came up very smart and interesting way how we deal with that. So it's quite speed. Double spend issue. It means that we just make sure that you cannot spend more than you have. You cannot, let's say, steal from somebody more, money without putting something to the market. So there is no, let's say, steal option as well. Market will always be zero. It means that there will be always the same amount of the long positions to the short position. There will be the same amount of the money that you deposit to the market with the available amount of the money that you can withdraw, right? So it means that there is no option that will be any, let's say, holes or backdoors allows you to just destroy the market by stealing the money, right? Secure loss over the positions values, I already just said, there will be big issue to just make sure that the mathematics stands behind the market allows you to create the positions, but there won't be, for example, something that somebody is more than 100% loss, right? If you invest $1,000, you cannot lose more than that, right? So because there is no insurance pool to secure that, so this is why you need to agree upon this, that something like that, the rule we just set up in the market, and you need to be ready to deal with that, right? The liquidation on shallow market, it's something that, liquidation itself is quite not problematic. You're looking for somebody to replace you in the position, right, for your opponent if you lose all your money, or just close the whole bet. But what's happened when the market is shallow, where we cannot find the replacement for you? This is the very important issue that we need to address during the implementation of the market. And how to promise user the optimal price? You know that mainly if you are trading on the platforms looking that you're not sure about the price, right? You can click and the position will be triggered on the market. But right now, we just changed this, and we just realized that maybe there will be different approach to that, and you are giving us the information. I mean, the system requires from you information. What is the price that is the worst price you accepted? And then we are trying to find something in this price or better for your position to create a contract. But as well, behind that stands a lot of issues that I will address in the next slide. So let's go to this. You maybe most of part of you know that that's diagram from our white paper, but I just want to give you the bigger view of that, and I just extend this diagram for you with the more details. So first of all, the market is the smart contract that is running. So we are on this part, right? So let's just give this in this way. Okay. So I can see there was this one piece here is something that we just connected, and we are make transactions, but this is only piece that is not telling anything for you based on this diagram. So you can imagine that this one part is the biggest BNet, the blockchain that we are creating, where is the smart contract called Market X, and you already just can see that each market is the separate pool, separate instance of the market. So it means that if you are depositing to the position the isolated value of $1,000 to the market X, you cannot use the same money, and it will be separate deposits from each market, right? So it's like you can look on that like each separate account for each market you have, and you need to put their money and freeze that for position to make sure that the position will be created, right? And you can see that there is always on the contract only stores two things: the orders. This is one of the data. It's not connected with the bets, and the bets itself. So orders. What is the orders? Orders is the limit order that's waiting for for opponent, right? So you can see that there is user one with the quantity of some contract in this specific price in direction. So for example, here is long. Let's say this one will say that he wants to short, right? And something like that, right? The bets is different because bets is already two orders create one bet, right? So you can see that user 4 and user 5, they have, for example, 5 contract in the price, for example, 1,000, right? And it means that they make a contract, 5 contracts on the 1,000. One is, for example, long position. It always needs to be equal. So user 4 has 5 contract to the long, and user 5 has 5 contract to the short in the same price. And this is the bet, right? And same situation, you can look. If you have 2 separate markets, you have 2 separate order lists and as well 2 separate bets lists. And you can imagine that if this is stored in the blockchain and there is methods, I mean, the options that, for example, you can ask let's just use the arrow and you can, for example, draw here something. So let's say you want to ask market for example, show my balance, show my positions, let's say, or maybe you can ask for something like that. I want to make a bet with user user 3 in price, for example, 1,000, right? And it means that I want to use this order to create a bet with this person, right? So you can imagine that, like always, every smart contract, you cannot, there is no needed to create any upon that the application. So the market itself can be used and can be delivered, and you can just create the positions without using our application. But we just realized that it's something that we cannot leave like this, right? So we just created upon that the second layer, the layer that is called the DApp application, the second layer application. And if you go layer to this application, you can see that we have a web application, a mobile application, but there is a market second layer where you have the order management. So this is the part of the code that is helping you to just get the data from the market. You can see, right? Sort it out and help you to find the best position, right? So you don't need to take this grid and find the position and then make sure that you are posting this data through the very complicated technical request. Of course, if you know how to do it, of course you can, but we just make something that we call the market second layer, and this is the place that you will have the order management, the matching engine that will looking for you, the order positions, right? The liquidation engine that will help you to liquidate your position, and as well the Web3 communication, because everything, like you can see, is going through the MetaMask, because everything is a transaction on a blockchain, right? So thanks to that, you can see that, and as well the Oracle communication is Oracle is sending the data to the market second layer, but as well as by the transactions saving the current Oracle price to the market itself. And this is, you can see that this piece, and this piece, they are 3 separate pieces. So it means that the malfunction in one of the, for example, malfunction in main application doesn't affect the Oracle in the market. So your money and yourself will be, you are secured, right? So let's go with the example, for example, for this, right? So you can imagine that I'm a user and I want to, let's say, on the market, you can see that there is only one market currently available, let's say, and I want to go with the quantity, let's say quantity 2 and price, let's say 1,000, and I want to long, right? So what's going on here? So I can send that directly, like I said, to the contract, right? So here, and to do that, I need to find, for example, this user. I can see that they match. Find the ID of this transaction. So let's just show me that the ID. I need to add here ID. And then by to that, I just can to create a bet to the market. So here, right? So this is the second step. So I need to know how to read that, take the ID of this position of the order and create. So what's happened next? This order just, disappeared because I used that, and the new bets just created on a list, and there will be new bet between me and this user. But this is quite uncomfortable and inefficient way how we can do it. So what we want to do is that you're putting, let me just put that on the orange, it will be, I think, more readable. Okay, so I putting that in our second layer application. What is going on in second layer application? This application is pulling out all the time the data and is listening for every event in the market. So it means that you have most current information about what is available in orders and what bets they are currently opened and how many bets they are yours bets, right? For sure. And this everything is available under the, I think you already, that you show in that dashboard that we will prepare for you in the next, we are preparing currently, and we will let you we will give you access in the next few weeks, right? So this is the place how you will deal with that, right? But of course, if this is this layer is the mockup that I just showed you, and you have order management. This means that you can open this position. So I will choose this order in this place. So you can see that, for example, here, I putting the price, the quantity, right? And I click a buy, and then the system will send the MetaMask all the information that I previously showed you, what I need to prepare. And MetaMask just make a transaction to the blockchain. And this is something that was complicated and needs from you, I don't know, 6-7 very complicated technical steps. Is only we can deal with that only with one sign in MetaMask. Only one button, you're clicking one button and everything backs for you on a backend, right? And this is something that I'm quite proud of. And what's happened if you just put this, for example, this values just match, for example, this user, like I said, this order will disappear. So first of all, we are looking for something that it's in the price of 1,000 or lower, right? For longs, it's better to have something as cheap as much, right? So I just put, and this one position took from my balance for my account. This is my account, right? This is my user. $1,000 means that this is the freeze for now. And I found somebody who has the same amount of the quantity, but in the price, for example, 100, right? For me, it's better. So we want to match with this user. So system will take this order, will take my information, and will create the new bet. It is between, for example, let's call me Bart, or maybe user X with user 2, because it's not long, but it should be short. So let's say this guy is a short one. And we know that user X, so my presentation user, right, and user 2 that we found, they both agree upon two contracts, and in a price of 900, and sorry, the quantity is 2 and 900, right? And this is the bet. This is bet that I know who is my opponent, what price we just agreed on. And right now you can ask me, Bartek, so you freeze my 1,000, but you spent 900 for my position. Where is my 100 left? And I say, okay, you're right. The 100 left is waiting for you on the market. You can reuse that to the market, to the positions, or you can just withdraw that back to your portfolio, to your MetaMask address connected to the BigShortBets nets, right? And this is something that's happening in the backend. And thanks to that, is this right now this bet is created here. This bet is visible in your order management context in your, let's say, if you go to the application. Like you can imagine, there is a lot of problems stands behind that. First of all, how we made sure that the order is correct, right? It deals with the blocks, so the blockchain will allows you to, that everything's here just validating that you are not going before somebody, so it's not means that you cannot pick the same order in the same time. Second thing, you can ask me, Bartek, what's happened if we cannot find somebody with the price and there is nobody with the price 1,000 or better. For example, the lowest of short order is, for example, 1,000 to 1,100, for example, right? So 1,100. So what's happened then? if there is nothing, there is no option to find, the system will automatically create for you the order position, and it will be user X is looking for 2 contracts in price 1000 in the position of the long, and then you are just making a new position and new order in the order book, and it makes sense. The problem is only with the shorts, because you can imagine if we are, so we can just make ourselves the question, what's happened? Because Bartek, you are saying that you are looking for better price, for price that we are just pointing to the system, or better, right? So what's happened with the shorts? And it's very good question, because for example, if I want to short in 1000, so let's say just change this example to the short of 1000. So we are looking for somebody with the long on a price of 1000 or higher, right? Because so as high as possible for me is better for short position, right? So it's better to catch the price higher, because it will be easier to sell this to close the positions lower, right? This is what you want to achieve. So in this situation, you can, for example, you need to show to the system how many you want, how much, sorry, not how many, but how much you want to freeze. And I want to say, I want to freeze 2000. Why? Because thanks to that, systems know, let's say go today, what's thanks to that system know? System knows thanks to that you're looking in a price range between 1000 and 2000. It means that if there is somebody with 1050, 1500 or 1700, right? All the positions, they are okay, but if there is somebody who is waiting for your position to open 1100, it's too much for you to froze, so you cannot open that position. So you can see that thanks to that, you are saying that, for example, I have available 2000, the worst price that I accepted is 1000, but if you find somebody higher, then I can pay maximum, max 2000 to that. And thanks to that, you, for example, can find a position that will, the position, for example, the matching position will be, for example, somebody who have quantity 2 as well. The price is, for example, the price is 1700, and it's a long, right? So in this case, you used 1700 from 2000 available, and the 300 just left for on the market, and you can just take this out or just reuse that for the next positions, or to extend your margin to secure this position, right? Okay. This is the opening, and as well the same logic happens for shorts. I mean, the logic that we have, if there is no opposite side for short, is the same logic that we have for the long. So if there is nobody to open your position, then on this price 1000 there will be new order for you, but this time it will be short, right? And we are waiting for users to on a specific depth of the market that you just created, right? So this is, if you find opponent, the bet will be created, but if you don't find the opponent, system will create you will be part of the market, and you will create the new order book that will wait for your opponent there, and you don't need to be in a computer. It's quite interesting, because you can imagine, okay, Bartek, so thanks to that we just here we are frozen your 2000 to make a position. Thanks to that, you don't need to be on a computer to find the opponent on a blockchain, because in the other way you need to every time wait for transactions and accept that. And I think it's something as it's not, it shouldn't be like that, right? So this is why we just introduced something like that. The funny things happens when let's just take our example, this one. What's happened when the liquidation just have a place? So you as a user 2 just lose everything what he has, and we need to just liquidate that. So there is 2 options to liquidate this person. First of all, the user X is in a profit. So why we want to close the whole bet? We don't want to close the whole bet, because this guy can get more and more profit, so we don't want to close the whole bet. So in the first place, we are trying to find the replacement for user 2. What is the replacement? Replacement means that we are finding, for example, user 1 who is ready to close this user will end with 0 balance, right? And we are replacing this user with new user of 1, and let's say it goes 100% to the app, it will be 1,000, and we are creating a new bet with the on a price level, it's called 1,000, and so the user X just get everything what user 2 has, right, from this position, and we create a new bet and we stay on the market itself. But we can go further, and you can ask, okay, Bartek, but what's happened with there is no other person on the other side of the market? And I say, okay, in this case, user X and the market itself has the option to just close your whole positions. It means that you cannot lose more than 100%. So market in this situation, like I said, there is few rules that you need to remember, that if user 2 just lose 100% of the isolated value of the position, we cannot go higher on that. So if there is nobody to replace this person, you as somebody who get a profit on this person, you just get all the profit that he has, right? The whole balance which he puts to the position, nothing more. No matter if the market is still going higher or lower, and you still will have the profit. We cannot go higher than the bet that we have with the person, right? So this is something that is quite important, because on low liquidity market, you cannot, for example, earn more than the position that you have with your opponent. But with the higher liquidity markets, you won't be able to find the differences between our solution and the standard markets that you well know from your experience and for other persons. And this is something that we came up. I know it's a lot of questions, so let's just stop here maybe, because I know that I'm talking a lot of technical stuff. So let's just quickly sync up with the chat, maybe make sure that we are on the same page, and there is maybe some...
Well, there is just few comments about looking nice, and one hello, hi.
I run a poll. I run a poll in the chat, and I see that most of the votes. Yeah, how does it look to? And most of people answer simple. So I think they are pretty much getting everything you're saying. But it is great presentation though, Bartek. I really like it. It shows a lot how the market works and so on, and for sure the people are watching it and possibly could watching it for sure will know what the hell is going on here. But I see this chart like third times, and every time there's much more arrows here. Is this something that it's during that just evolved during the time, or is it something else?
So like I said in the first meeting of my presentation, this is something that we just created based on our assumptions, right? In this moment this point of time when we're just working for you and for everybody on the white paper as a dev team, few things, they are just mysteries still for us. We have few concepts and few ways how we want to implement something, right? So we cannot show you more details, right? But if you look here, for example, right, there was a lot of questions how this part of the system, the right part, will looks like. It will be part of the main application, or maybe something will shift to the blockchain. You can just realize that many things just shifted to the blockchain, right? So it means that this is why in the past, I didn't provide you more details, because we are constantly improving that solutions, and we're thinking how to do it better, right? So this is why this diagram, it's always like that in IT, that with the time it's more detailed and detailed, because we know more about what we are doing, right? It's quite similar, because sometimes we are talking about the places that the code is still like a prototype, right? Right now it's not the prototype. The code is already there, and I'm 100% sure that it will work like that I just described during my presentation today.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds wrong.
Do we have some questions from the chat? Because it's a great opportunity for you guys if you have some.
Listen, Bartek, after you clarify some things, now it's more complicated than simple, I see. So...
Oh yeah, it is complicated more, yeah. It's leaning towards 50-50 now.
Yeah, but
And
this is something how the DEVS and hodlers meeting should look like. We showing you this stuff that maybe you do not understand, but we want to show it to you so you know how this stuff works and what we are currently working on. Because there's a lot of stuff going on inside. The dev team is working really hard to deliver the market as promised. I know our deadline slips a little, but there is only limited time, and as we get through everything, more and more problems, and it's not only like the problems associated with the programming and stuff, but uh, sometimes these problems rely on the logic itself. Like Bartek, can you say more about it? You were saying about the problems regarding that blockchain doesn't store the data in order. So
yeah,
creating
yeah.
an actual, yeah.
So
So
first of
you
all, the blockchain is not prepared for data structure that we are forcing him to do it. So first of all, we need to create, let's say, clever way how we can store that on a blockchain to make sure that you are the owner and you can only just change that by the transaction on the blockchain. But in the same time, it's easy and fast access to this data to make sure that you will be able to create the positions instantly, right, in a seconds. And the problem is that the sorting on a blockchain is not easy thing. And this is why we are creating the second layer application that it's just going, let's say, you can imagine that the blockchain is running, right? And it's creating the data and creating new blocks. And our second layer application is going step by step right after the market and providing you most actual data in the seconds, right? And thanks to that, you don't need to, let's say, because in the first place, you need to take the unsorted and very hard to find the data from the blockchain, make an analysis of this data, find this match to your criteria order and create the bet. This is quite complicated, right? We just created the second layer, like I said, the application that it's mimic that, and we just pulling. I can just give you an example, right? So there is a additional very fast database that is just storing the current events from the blockchain, and thanks to that, you have easier way to just sort out it. So we are doubling the data and you are working on the same data that you have on a blockchain, but on a database that is faster, right? You can, of course, you don't need to work on our application. You can just go directly, like I said, to the market, right? To the smart contract. But thanks to that, you cannot you have your data, your positions filtered out, right? It's not easy thing that you can imagine. You have positions in the order of the price, so you can easily find what is the, let's say, lowest and higher offer on the market in the order book. There is many things like that you need to address, and thanks to this solution that we just showed you, that there is a second layer application created for you, and all the problems that I just mentioned is just something that you will heard only today during my presentation. You will never face the problems during the user experience on our application.
That's
hell yeah.
yeah.
I love it. I
Good
love it.
to
So
hear.
yeah, so you're having trouble developing something on the side chain of Ethereum. Fuck yeah, make a layer two of that. So oh, so that's actually pretty cool. I think we probably will have a meeting soon elaborating more on this layer two, dedicated to this layer two, because I think it's really cool feature. Uh, so
Yeah.
yeah. Can't wait to talk about it more. I think
Few the problem is that, for example, I remember my presentation months ago during our hodlers live meeting, and everything that just described today was only 10 seconds. I think 10-second takes me during the presentation, and there was only one pop out in the MetaMask that just click accept, and that was all. But everything what I just described in the theoretical way, the mathematics that I show you right now, is something that is going behind this one button that I just clicked during the presentation. And I just realized today that it will be great to just show you all these details, because I know that sometimes for you it's one button, for us it's ton of the code that it stands behind that.
That's cool. That's cool. Can't wait to see it up and running. Do we have any? Actually, speaking of that, there were a lot of questions in the chat, in the Telegram chat, Polish, especially regarding the date of the market, possible date of the market. So, do you have something prepared like this?
Yeah, the
Maybe.
next weeks, the next two think weeks, I think something like that, maybe a little bit longer. We will push the testing version and we will freeze the code. Why we need to freeze the code? Because it will be the code that we will put to the validation to the third party company, and they will validate our code, and you will make sure that we are not speaking about, this is something that we want to do for community. So no matter you need to trust to our word, you will trust to the independent third party company that will evaluate our code and will tell you in the details what is okay with there or not, and what we can improve and how we can improve that. So I think it's a very important step, and we are not afraid to make this validation. We are looking forward, and we know that without this, we can, there is no option to say that we are 100% ready to release on the real money this market, right? So this is why it's so important that you need to imagine that we are the security, we want to secure you so hard that you will never have a opportunity to think that we want to do everything what we can to make sure that you will be comfortable with using this application. And for information, you know that it's complicated. Maybe not many things is working as you just maybe it's normally you expected from market, because there is few different scenarios. So this is why the application will be running in two stages. You always be able to connect to our testing because Bennett. And you can, with the ops, and so with Imagine tokens, you will do your whatever you want with the blockchain, and it will be working in the same way, but it will be testing environment, so it will be not real money, right?
Sure.
And if you will show that, okay, I understand how it works, how I create the positions, how they change, how they close, and so on, then you will say, as well, we decided that there will be an application, the small button, it's called help, and there will be user manuals. So there will be screens and the step-by-step instructions in the many languages, how you are doing, for example, opening the positions, how the market is working, what is the order, what is the bet, why we are taking more than you want to open, for example, like with the short, right? And so on, so on. And many things will be explained there, because we just realized that something like that, it should be available on the platform. And I think thanks to your as well as suggestions, this is the very important part, the support that we need to provide you during the daily basis using of the applications, and something that will be part of the as well the new because we are currently in a rebranding process. You can just imagine, I can show you that, right? So the rebranding will be more like, similar to the coin, to our colors. It will be more, sometimes I heard some questions that why our application looks like simple applications, because we just deliver the proof of concept, the working application, right, the social application. But right now is a good time to just close the testing part of our project and just open the new chapter of the project, where we are working on the real money with the real use cases, with the more let's say stories that we can share, not only testing stories. And the new look will be then, like a first page of the new chapter, right?
Interesting. You all guys can see it. What you think? Let us know in the chat. You can also leave a thumbs up if you like it.
This is not interesting. This is fucking awesome. Can't wait to test it out.
No.
Actually, looking forward to it. Yeah, like this looks neat. This looks good. This looks something that we can really show. All right, guys, do you have any questions? Because there's already 1 hour of our meeting, so we're heading to the end.
You can turn on your camera, Bartek, actually.
Sorry.
That's
yeah.
Okay. There he is. That's the guy. And this is the new thing. Oh, which way? This way. That's the new thing. Leave a thumbs up if you like it.
I can give you a heads up. For example, this will be the button, and you will click on that, and there will be open the profile of your opponent, so you can go directly to his profile on a BigShortBets and just show, check how what he is posting, what debates, and as well send them direct message to, for example, I don't know. And as well, okay, let's just share one more thing. There will be something that I just imagine that will be important. I don't think it's here, but let's say I will tell you this more by the. So we just realized that many blogs, many places where the transactions is going, they have something called the chat rooms, right? So the market will have the globally open chat room called Trollbox, and you will be able to see how many people is currently typing there. You can share there your ideas, or maybe just put, make a hype on a market to pump the value. It will be quite funny to show how user will be utilize this chat to, for example, convince each other to closing or opening the positions. But this is something that I think will be quite funny to watch and useful for many people, because you know that the information and the hyping sometimes is better. I mean, the only way to drop the market in the situation when there is stagnations and uncertainty, right? So we want to give you as well the tool to make a little bit noise on market, and as well the make emotions going up and down if you want to. So yeah, I think it will be quite funny to watch people there.
Amazing. So let's remind you, guys, if you have some questions for later, that's okay. You don't have to be now. We can do it later. You can join the Telegram channel of the BigShortBets platform. We can always heads up to the Twitter or just the platform itself. It's free, easy steps joining with your wallet. It's anonymous. It's free. You can just go on, hop on, and I think it's a really good how to put it, it's a really good communication with our devs and you guys, the community. So if you have any questions for later, don't hesitate. But if you have some questions, you might have a great opportunity this Saturday and Friday to see us on the Art of Speculation number 7 in Warsaw, Poland, if you're here anywhere around, because we'll be there as a BSB community and you can count on us this
Big
week and every
community.
week. Yeah. And next week and this week and any other week if you have some questions on devs and holders meeting. Yeah. So leave a thumbs up
Yeah.
and yes, Orwash.
See you
See you
on
next
Saturday.
week.
Yeah, we see you. Bye-bye. Well,
Bye.
first of all, we're gonna see you this Friday and Saturday, but then we see you
Yeah.
next week. As always,
I will
6
be there.
p.m.
So if you have questions about the market, with the a little bit of beer, maybe it will be more
Yeah, right.
convenient way to say that.
Yeah. If you have some other questions, we will try to answer them next week. See you guys.
See ya.